Alright, this is just a temporary assembly. I haven't yet cut the little 1/4-inch drill rod pieces to go in there. These pieces are probably not coming because they haven't shipped yet, so I may just put these bolts in there and cut them off, you know. But this is the design that we've come up with here, and it'll be a little tight probably opening back up, but I would say that it should be able to knurl something as big as 3 inches. I'll find something. Well, it may not make 3 inches because this is 2 inches and it just barely fits in there, but it will go. That's 2 inches worth of knurling right there. So I may dive a little bit. I can get a little bit above that. But anyway, you can see what the idea is behind the thing. You can see the design, and I hope you watch the rest of the video. But anyway, I'm gonna take the thing and take it back apart, polish it all up, make the little quarter-inch drill rod axles for here, and I'll just cut these bolts off and try to live with that. Alright, that's how it's going to turn out here. But I'm going to knock off for today, and tomorrow I'll come out and do the bluing and the cutting off and that sort of thing. Alright, I tried a little bit of heat bluing, more like a heat browning. How I did it, I used the Boss Lady's oven, put it on self-clean mode, and had this stuff in there, and it came up. It's not a bad color, and I suppose it'll clean things up. But I was still working on the other part of it. This piece right here, because I discovered that my tool is a little bit long to fit my lathe, so I made this little piece so I can slide it further back in the tool holder. You know what they say about the best laid plans, and that was one of them that went astray. So I'll just take this and I'll wash the grease and dirt off of it, and I'll blue it, because I don't want to go back in there and ask permission to use her oven again. I don't know if they'd come off real good. I'll be back when I got it blued. Okay, it's about time to put in these pins right here that hold the rollers, and they're not as tight as I had anticipated, so I'm going to put a little Loctite on the thick side of each one of them and hope that'll hold them in there. So this is good red Loctite, and if the advertising is true, it should need to be taken out with heat. Alright, there we go with that one. That's the extra coming out of there. This other one didn't go in readily. There we go. Alright. Clean it up. Oh, idiot. I put one in without a wheel. That was nice and stupid. Alright. Let's try again. We've got it pretty well assembled. I'll set it on the lathe just to see how it looks. Alright, so now we want to do a little knurling. I turned this surface just to true it up because it was wobbling a little bit, and it's not on the right number for the knurl, but we're going to try it anyway, you know, for the heck of it, and see what we get. After all, we got to try it sooner or later. And yeah, things don't look like I'm lined up straight on it, but we'll find out in a minute. It ate the end of that brush pretty quick. Alright. So then get all the crud off of there and we'll see if it looks right or not. Loosen it up and move off this way. Let's see here. Get a brush. Yeah, that's looking fairly good. The diameter is not right, so the diamonds aren't forming perfectly. I would have to cut down another 100,000 before I got to the right diameter again. I missed it up here. It should have been 1.967, I think it was. No, it should have been 1.994. And of course I couldn't do that with this thing wobbling around. But that is a good knurl. It's a fine knurl, which is what I wanted. These big diamonds on a 16 tooth knurling wheel, they kind of ruffle my hand. But that, I think I could work a while with that. Believe so. Let's see what we can get over here where it's closer to the correct diameter. I know it's going to be bouncing up and down, but just for the heck of it, let's see. Move him out of the way. Left behind a lot of chips. Actually, it did better on the wrong diameter than it did on the right one. Well, this one's not really right either. It should have been cut down about, I don't know, 5 or 6 thousandths, but it's hard to get that clean. But you can see for yourself, that's a fine knurl. It's a knurl I can live with on tools or whatever, knobs. So there you are. It works, it cuts knurls. This is 2-inch. So it'll open 2 inches as it is. And like I said in the little note under the screen, a longer screw in here, maybe a little relief behind the knurling wheels, and it should go maybe to 3. It's a shame that the pins for this, let me move out, oh, wrong way. It's a shame that the pins for these hinges back here didn't derive the drill rod, because I had to kind of offset it a little. Doesn't matter any, it's working. But it would have been so much better if I'd had all the parts I intended. Well, that's it, folks. Click the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment, okay?